Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about aim and how to improve your aim. Aim is super important, especially in Blitz, because you definitely need to hit those shots in order to win more games. Now, once you improve your aim, your win rates as well as your average damage is going to improve drastically, and in this video I have some essentials everyone needs to follow in order to increase their statistics and aim. So the first thing you have to do is go into the settings and go into the controls tab and change your camera sensitivity to what suits you best. In my opinion, well, usually the camera sensitivity is capped at, well, not capped, but it's at 100 by default, and you need to change it to something below than 100, and in my humble opinion, I think it should be somewhere around 80 to 85. And again, if you play at a really high sensitivity, that's completely fine, and if you're kind of used to it, that's fine as well, but this is for people who are more or less trying to improve their game, and if you feel that you're missing a lot of your shots or you can't really aim in, it's mostly because of your camera sensitivity. Now let me explain. The higher your sensitivity, the harder it is to actually precisely aim into a tank. So it's hard to actually hit a weak point. For example, the IS-4 has a really small lower plate, and in order to hit the lower plate, you need to be quite precise with your finger movement. Now, with a high sensitivity, your finger movement won't be as accurate, and therefore there's a higher chance to actually miss. Now, lower sensitivity means you're actually going to be able to put the crosshair onto a target or a weak point a lot more easily, and therefore be more accurate. Again, this isn't 100% of the time, and if you're used to a high camera sensitivity, that's fine, but this is just a suggestion. Try playing out with a lower sensitivity and see if it works. Now, the next thing I want you guys to learn to do is to actually put your crosshair where you think the tank is going to be, or let's say you saw the tank behind that rubble last time. Try and put your crosshair there before you peek, and therefore you're going to minimize the aiming time and actually shoot him a lot quicker before he goes back into hiding. For example, he's going to be aiming at you, and in order to get the first shot on him, you need to pre-aim him, and you're going to hit that shot a lot more faster. As you can see here, I'm pre-aiming the IS-7 and I shoot his lower plate even though I don't see him. Next scene is the exact same. I pre-aim the IS-7 and I know where he's going to be, and I shoot it before, and I pre-aim it before I actually see him, and therefore I have enough time to shoot him. If I was looking somewhere else, the IS-7 would have definitely gotten away. Now the next thing I want to talk about is again your crosshair placement, but this time you don't have to be scoped in. Let's say you're scoped out. When you see that your crosshair no longer hits the object in front of you, you can shoot really quickly, as in snapshot, and then go back in. A lot of people use this technique, and you don't actually have to be scoped in. You obviously need auto aim on, so it helps you to actually have the enemy target in your crosshair, but once your crosshair is no longer in front of the object, you can actually shoot a lot more easily. This is super important, and again, crosshair placement in general is very important as well. You have to pre-aim certain areas or corners even if there isn't an enemy there, because if an enemy does pop out, you can actually shoot him a lot more quickly without wasting time. Let's say an enemy's around this corner and my crosshair is looking at the other direction. The enemy will have time to shoot me and then run away, which is not the nicest outcome you want. So again, if you're pushing somewhere, try and have your crosshair placement on a point, especially if you're on a medium tank, etc. And at the start of the game, it's super important to have your crosshair in place. Again, as you can see here in the grill, my crosshair placement was on point and I was able to shoot the ST1, and if I was looking somewhere else, most likely I wouldn't have hit the grill. And the last thing is, please aim in. Wait for the circle to actually become really small and then start shooting the tanks. I see a lot of people that don't have patience. They don't wait for the circle to become completely small enough. They don't shoot in time, as in they don't wait for the crosshair to be really small, and then they miss, and then they wonder why RNG is so bad. Simply wait for the circle to become small enough and then shoot, because that's going to maximize your accuracy and it's really going to make a difference, especially in your statistics. So these are all the tips I wanted to give you guys. If you enjoyed them, smash the like button and I'll see you guys next time. Happy is out. Bye bye.